Hey everyone, welcome back to BDG Reviews. I got tonight is a review of Better Watch Out. I actually had a bit of a hard time figuring out how to do this review because I'm gonna cover a part which is kind of a spoiler but kind of not because it happens like literally within like the first kind of like 20 minutes, but it changes the whole perception of the movie. What you do is you got this girl, and it's around Christmas time, hence the better watch out part. Um, she's hired to go babysit this kid, and this kid's a little odd. He's got a thing for his babysitter, and he wants to make more out of it than there is. So she's moving away, so she's like breaking up with her boyfriend or whatever, and no, so she goes. She's babysitting the kid, and then get like this like home invasion type thing. Get someone going around with a shotgun and like throwing stuff through the windows. Now here's the spoiler part. That whole thing is a ruse. The person that home invaded is this guy's friend, and this was all like a trick to scare her and like get her excited or whatever. Um, Turns out though that at that point you start to realize how kind of twisted this kid really is, and stuff starts going down. You know, People end up getting like her boyfriend ends up getting invited over and everything, and it's it's pretty twisted, really. I had a thought while watching that, and like I thought, this kid is what Patrick Bateman would have been as a kid. So take that for what you will. Um, all in all, it's a really good flick. The acting was pretty good. It was characters were somewhat believable. The kid was a little bit unbelievable, but that's just because you can't really imagine a kid this young doing the damage that he does, you know, but he does. So there you go. Um, what this movie did really well, also, it really had that Christmas feel. A lot of Christmas horror movies have this tendency to just be like a standard like slasher movie, for example, in winter. You know, there are very few that really capture kind of like the whole Christmas thing. This does, Black Christmas does, Silent Night, Deadly Night does. But it's something it seems to be a bit few and far between. But this did it quite well. What's also interesting about this is it doesn't really show any gore. Really. I mean, I'm not going to go into specifics, but there's this what happens with the boyfriend, for example. You don't actually see it happen, but you see kind of the aftermath of it happening, and you're like, damn, that was pretty brutal. Um, but you don't actually see it happen, which I think kind of works, actually. It makes it, you know, you're using your imagination. Your imagination comes up with stuff 10 times worse than what you could ever see on the screen, right? So, yeah. As for a rating, though, I got to give this an 8 out of 10. It was a really good Christmas horror flick. I think I'm gonna actually put this in with you know my annual views, if you will. Always watch Black Christmas. Always watch Silent Night, Deadly Night. Always watch Krampus. This is gonna be in there now, I think, because this was pretty good and I enjoyed it. Also, this is from Wellgo USA. And they're not known for their horror releases, really. I mean, they did the Phantasm box set, which still to this day is criminally. What they didn't print anywhere near enough of those. Now they've released on DVD, but no one cares about that. Um, Usually they just stick to like the Asian stuff, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, a lot of times the kung fu flicks and everything, and the action flicks, and they're pretty good at that, you know. But it's nice to see them branching out. And if this is anything to go by, you know, it seems to be working. Also, this director, what's his name, Chris Peckover, is someone that might be worth looking out for and maybe seeing more of, because this was quite good. I really did enjoy this. You know, uh, one other thing on the Blu-ray, it does come with a slipcover, which is pretty good because I mean, you gotta love slipcovers. Let's be honest. Um, the only drawback I have is the cover with the giant floating heads. I don't know. I just feel they could have done something a bit better. I'm not a fan of giant floating head covers, but you know that's just me being nitpicky. But yeah, better watch out. 8 out of 10. Give it a shot. You can find this really cheap. I got this for like $14 at Walmart, and you know if you've never seen it, pick it up at that price. That's nice and cheap, and it's a good flick. So 8 out of 10. Better watch out. That's it for now. See you next time.